Hello, it's Sheila, the Grateful Goddess, and today I want to share a few words of wisdom in the sense of choosing your words wisely. And so I talk about this a lot. I think the words we use are really, really important, and there's lots of research on it. I'm not going to get too deep into the research. I'll give you a little tidbits of it. And I'm sorry, I haven't even really checked these sources because it's been so long. But I think it was Doreen Virtue years ago that talked about how she was doing some study in terms of words and audio of words, and how they had a certain vibration to the different words, and how that vibration had, impacted the body differently, because everything is energy, right? So if everything is energy, it is really important that we choose words wisely. And then years ago, I was also doing some Tony Robbins training, and he was talking about a particular situation in which he started to notice the use of his words. And it was a particular situation in which he had been wronged in business. And so there were a number of different people who had been, misled in this business deal. And he noticed that the different people who were involved related to it differently. And whereas he was infuriated about it, another person was mad, and another was angry, and another was outraged, And so each one of those had a different variable in how it impacted the body. And so if we want to bring our body into calm relaxation, we want to, again, choose the words really wisely. And so he noticed that when he started to shift to, still stating your emotions, but not getting to the point of exaggerating them, he was able to calm his body down and come from a more rational place in the brain when you're not infuriated or raged or any of those sorts of things. So the same kind of applies to when you say you're panicked. Well, if you are having a panic attack, then I would agree you're panicked, and then try to just keep reaching for the next better feeling thought until you can calm that panic down and get to a place of unease, or I'm sure you're going to go through different levels of anxiety to unease, and then kind of bring yourself down. Another example is how people sometimes talk about that they're starved, and it's like, well, if we tell ourselves we're starved, then absolutely we're going to be starved, and we're going to eat sort of ravenously, as opposed to, oh, you know what? I'm hungry. I think I'll get something to eat. And it's a different feeling in the body. So the reason that I'm coming to you today and sharing these sorts of things is because I'm hearing words that just don't feel that comforting to me. And in this time we are in, it's so important that we find words of comfort. And I apologize once again. I don't know who to credit for these. These are not mine. I just notice that how people are saying things, and then choose better words that more relate to how I want to feel. And so somebody came up with the idea that we are not shelter in place. Like, shelter in place sounds so cold and isolating and and instead we are artists in residence. Like, how wonderful does that feel? And when you are an artist in residence, now you're able to tap into that spirit of yours of, what do I want to do with this time that is being given to me differently than I've been living it in the past? Like, how can I treat this myself as an artist in residence right now? I'm in my home, and I am a creative being, and how can I create some new reality for my life? So that was one that I really loved. Another one is, and I've used it, social distancing, and it's not social distancing because, again, more the isolation separation that doesn't feel good, and instead we are physically distancing because it's necessary. It's needed to physically distance ourselves, but we can physically distance while we socially connect via technology, via, you see all these beautiful photos and videos of people meeting their elderly and showing their newborn child through a pane of glass so that they can still socially connect. We are social beings and we need that social connection. We also need to be physically distanced right now for the whole, as a part of being in solidarity. So we are physically distancing in solidarity and solitude. But by all means, do not isolate yourself right now. Socially connect. Use whatever technology, Zoom or FaceTime or Skype or anything that you have, even a phone call, is a way to connect. And I will tell you that lately I have had this opportunity to connect with dear friends of mine that life was just too busy to pick up the phone and give a call. And now there's this extra time. And so how are you going to use this time? And how are you going to choose words that support you, that provide some sense of peace and calm, that bring you into your creativity and problem-solving mode, rather than creating more fear, anxiety, and panic? All right, I hope you enjoyed today's words of wisdom. I love you. Stay safe, stay physically distanced, and stay socially connected. In solitude, we will get through this. You're seeing a beautiful humanity coming into play, and we're seeing Mother Earth getting cleaner and healthier. Things are healing, and there will be a long road of healing. So let's do all we can to make that happen. Thank you so much, all you artists in residence. Mwah.